Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and our show today is the Business Talk Show. And don't you just love the new voiceover? Yay, al.cini, thank you so much. We have a special episode today because we actually just pulled it together recently because it's such an important topic. We are going to be joined today, myself, Mr. al.cini, to welcome Mr. Roland Friedel, who's going to talk to us about supplementation. So before we bring him out, let's welcome the star of our show, Mr. al.cini, the voice of USA Global TV and Radio. Hello.
Hi, Dr. Jacalyn. I'm the co-star of the show. Thank you very much for introducing me as the star, but we all know that's you.
I'm just the one pulling the strings and pushing the buttons back here.
Doing all the magic tricks.
I love the new voiceover, and I just appreciate it. People don't realize how much work goes into that. How many times did you record it, Al?
648, I think, was the last go. If I'm not mistaken, no, about 5 times. It wasn't really that hard, but it is. Well, I mean, there are a lot of steps to it, and I think we finally got it right. I got it right.
You got it right
under your direction. I believe I finally got it right.
I know you refer to me as a velvet hammer. Sometimes I'm waiting for you to take the toolbox and throw it at me. But, you have such a great voice and you do such a great job with the voiceovers. I just wanted it to be reflective of you at your best. So you did.
Well, thank you. And it has to be reflective of the brand you're building, which is one of the things I wanted to talk with you about today. USA Global TV and Radio. What's new? I know you've got a kind of a new look that you've launched this year. And what kind of reaction are you getting to it? What kind of response are you getting?
Thanks for asking. I feel like we are at another level of professionalism, and we have more and more people coming to the platform, whether it's as guests or elevated listeners or show hosts or panelists, and publicists are referring people here. And I just had a publicist contact me. We had a call messenger, and he said, you're doing such a great job. You've just taken this platform to a whole new level. But it's not just me. It's you, it's Roland, it's everybody here in our team, because it wouldn't be very interesting if it was just me here every single day for 30 shows. People would be like, yeah, let's turn that off.
Well, you're the hub of it all. And we all enjoy being the spokes. But somehow together we make the wheel turn, which we're actually kind of cool to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you. And Al, for people who don't know, you and I actually met at a in-person TV station. You're still there at rvntelevision.com doing a great job. And it is a different experience when you're sitting at a desk with somebody and you're hosting a show. We were doing morning coffee, but I learned so much about that experience that hopefully I've been able to take and bring here, that even though we're virtual, there's still a lot of the same things that you go through. You're staring at a lens, you're staring at a box, you're just staring at something.
The secret is the conversation, and to keep it interesting and engaging, to base it on curiosity, and to make sure that the guest is always front and center. And I know you're just built a course, interviewing skills course, specifically centered on teaching people how to do that. How's that going, Doc?
Well, thanks for asking. I was up into the wee hours finishing it because, like yourself, you did a testimonial about your experience in interviewing and what you've learned. And you were at NBC and you added a lot of value. So there are actually 6 people from around the world who recorded a video for me. And I had to do the editing and then do an intro for that and putting it all together. And then I also did a portion of it about bloopers things that we do that are crazy.
Right.
So I pulled the whole thing together and I'm teaching it later today. And then it'll be available on various learning platforms for people to take the course at their leisure. So thanks for asking. And I will
That's
bring
great.
up the graphics so people can see what it is. And, Al, I'm going to bring out Roland very shortly, but I want to talk about what you're doing as well, because you're an entrepreneur, and you've been working with teams, team building, getting people to realize that paintball and parties and everything, they're all important, but it's really about getting the team members together on the same page, rowing in the same direction. And
Yeah.
you and Lisa Manioki and Mark Iorio, you started a new business with new value that you're bringing to people. Tell us about that.
We did. It's called the product and service are called Profit for Teams, and the web address is pro-fit, the number four, with the word teams, profit for number four teams.com. So there's plenty of information there, and a complete description of the process is there. And what we've learned in our experience is that people really want to have a voice in their membership within a team. They want to have as much of an opportunity to define the nature of the team that they're a part of as their managers and their leaders do. So we've developed a system that makes it possible for everybody working together at every level, no matter where in the organization you work, whether you've been there for 35 years, whether you've been there for 2 days, whether you've run the company, whether you mop the floors and answer the phones. Everybody gets an opportunity to answer the question, who are we, when we're doing our best work on our best day to keep all our promises and achieve all our goals. We take all the answers from everybody. Don't overlook anybody. We get everybody's answers and we pool them all together and we give them back to everybody in a kind of an interesting graphical form. And then we work with everybody in a workshop in just 3 hours to define who that role model is that represents the best of us, and also come up with the list of behaviors that are emblematic of that role model. What is it we do here when a customer calls because they're unhappy, or when a product ships that has a problem? Those are things that we define based on that role model that everybody has an opportunity to co-author with each other. And that ultimately becomes a pattern of behavior that everybody can emulate. And last step in the process is everybody gets to make a list of little things that they plan to do to be more like the role model that represents the best of their team. When you put all that together, you get a group of people that are committed to working together in their own individual ways to solve a problem using the best patterns of behavior they can possibly envision. That is Profit for Teams.
Super exciting. And what's the response been, Al?
It's been really positive. I mean, what we're finding is that we've designed it as a kind of an event structure so that you can schedule it, pull it off in a morning or an afternoon for a team of up to maybe 25 or 30 people, as few as 3 or 4, and get a great meaningful experience out of it that stands on its own. But we're finding that afterward, people call us back because they want help actually coaching people to keep to the plans they make, and to continue to conduct workshops to make sure that everybody stays on that point that they've established together. And that's been really rewarding work. So in a way, it's a kind of a coaching platform, in addition to the fact that it's a team building experience. And, I think ultimately our market for growth is to find people like yourself who are coaches, to take what we offer and build on that for your clients. And I think we're starting to get some response for that. So it's very gratifying. And it's fun to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. I've watched the exponential growth and the whole process, and I'm really very proud of you and Lisa and Mark as well. So the RVN television team.
and we appreciate your help in getting the word out, Doc. And that's one of the things that's great about USA Global TV and Radio. When it comes to getting the word out, nobody's better at it than you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I'm super excited to welcome our guest today. He is a dear friend. He's also a mentor. He basically just decided he was going to live a wireless life, and he didn't just talk about it or build a website or have a company. He actually did it. He got into his beautiful motorhome and left the island of Mallorca and started driving through Europe, meeting people all over. And today he's going to talk to us about something that is near and dear to his heart, and something that I really feel that I'm going to start doing. In fact, I committed to start doing it. We're going to talk about supplementation today. And I know that I take this and that and nothing really goes together, and somebody does one product and I see it has sugar in it. I can taste the sugar as soon as I taste it. That's why I like to taste the vitamin C. It's like, oh, it's sugar. But we're going to find out about supplementation and why Roland is so passionate about this particular brand, that he's been doing it for decades. So let's welcome our dear friend and team member, Mr. Roland Friedel.
Hello,
There
Dr.
he
Jacalyn.
is.
Hello, Jacalyn. Hello, Al. Great to see you guys.
It's really, really good to have you on the program, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Roland. And as you know, you have been on a couple of shows where we talked about Juice Plus and we talked about supplementation. And you and I had met earlier today, and I said, you know, I'm on board. This is something that I want to do. And I feel like for me, I've kind of scattered when it comes to knowing which products to take for supplementation. But you've got a lot of experience in doing this. So tell us about why you're passionate about supplementation.
Why I'm passionate. The reason for it, is I will be 60 next year. And, Jacalyn, I'm really working a lot. I run different companies, different projects. I do a lot of stuff. I'm very engaged besides some sports, and I raised up our family with 3 kids. And so I was very, very active all the time, and still I am. And I found out that actually from my background, from my sports background, when I was younger, you can train as much as you want, but there's a limit. There are some limits. And then I found out through a mentor that it's not only the workout, when you focus on whatever you're doing, what kind of sports are you doing, and of course, very important is the mental shape, that you really mentally fit when it's important to win a game or something like this, when you're under pressure. So you have really good performance under pressure. Your mental fitness is also important. And then they told me what you can do in addition is nutrition. And I was not aware about that over 30 years ago, that nutrition has such an important impact on my sports and on my fitness, and also on my mental health. So I started to eat more healthier. That's one point that I changed. And then I found out I can't do it on a daily basis. So I consulted some nutritionists. There was no internet on the time, no Googling, no YouTube channels or whatever. So I went to some specialists, and they gave me a lot of tips, but it wasn't practical. So some stuff I didn't like to do. Some stuff was very inconvenient. Some stuff was very expensive. So it's not working for me on the long term. I can do it on the weekend. I can do it when I have time, but I need something that is practical on a daily basis, even when I'm traveling. And then in 1994, I got introduced to this supplement that really works for me, because for me there are 3 pillars that's important. First of all, is it working? Secondly, is it practical on a daily basis? And third, is it affordable? And that's why I choose this product. I started in June 1994, so in June it's going to be 29 years. That's a part of my daily nutrition part.
Oh, that's okay. So Roland, I'm so glad I'm on this show with you, because let me share with you the fact that since I've turned 35, I don't have as much energy. I don't have as much ambition. I feel sometimes like I can't make it through the whole day without taking a nap. These are all, in Europe, maybe this is an accepted thing, but in the United States, this is totally unacceptable. So I really feel like the demands of my day-to-day are not being met by my metabolism. So, and of course, you go to the doctor, and the doctor has all kinds of prescription medications that they want to offer. And I guess some of those might help, but it sounds like you have a more interesting solution. How does Juice Plus work? How would it work for somebody like me?
Okay. First of all, I'm not a medical professional. Yeah, I just talk about my own experience of the last 3 decades on the product and on my way of nutrition. What I learned about, and actually when I started Just Plus, I also built up the business afterwards. Besides my main business, because so many people came to me and said, "Hey, you're more energy, you look better." So together with my first wife, we started this business, and at the end, we had thousands of distributors all over the world, and we had hundreds and thousands of doctors, and I had the chance to train them in nutrition, because we found out that most doctors have no education in nutrition. So when they go to university to become a medical doctor, only a few hours on nutrition. So most doctors have no idea of nutrition. And I learned from especially from my trips in Asia, that nutrition is so important. So what is Just Plus differently? First of all, it's nature. I'm not here to educate somebody. It's more about inspiring you, to become a healthy fit. And as I always say, in our Western society, we have plenty of food. When you go to the supermarket, it's incredible. You have 100 different kinds of muesli, 10 different kinds of bread, and I don't know, there's a lot of food there. But the question is it really healthy? Is it really nourishing? Because for me, food is not only that I'm not starving anymore, I'm not hungry anymore, it becomes part of my body, my cells, and my mitochondria. It gives me energy. So the macros, like carbs, fat, protein, gives me the energy, and the micros taking care of the engine is running smoothly. So I learned this. And then I did a lot of research on supplementation, and I found out that supplementation makes sense, but we have to distinguish if you supplement on a short term because there's a lake and we have an issue, and we supplement on a high dose, or with a prescription, or we supplement like I do, preventive on the long term. That's a different approach. Okay, I talk about supplementing on the long term, preventing on a daily basis, because I don't have the time, I don't have always the access to get healthy food on the road, or when I was on the island or was traveling, and sometimes I don't like what I should eat, to be honest. Okay, so I was looking at that, and then I always asking people, do you want more than just healthy? Meaning, being healthy is not only you're not sick, you don't have any issues. Healthy means you're totally fit. When you have here 0 line and minus 10, minus 20 is being sick, you have an issue, whatever it is. Yeah. Do you want to come back on 0, or do you want to come back on plus 50, plus 100? That's the question we've asked ourselves. So we don't have a vitamin. Most of the people don't have a vitamin lake. I mean, I always say there's no vitamin C lake because we don't losing our teeth. Many nutritions you buy in the supermarket enriched with vitamins and minerals. The question is, you want to be on 0, just not being sick, or you want to really be healthy, fit, facing all the challenges. I work a lot, I travel a lot, I work a lot, and for me it's important to stay fit. Now, even when I finish my work, I still want to be fit for my love and for my kids. This was always my goal, because most people work a lot, all the energy, and then come home totally exhausted, just sitting in front of a TV set. And this, I didn't want to end up like this. So I said, I have to do something. And then I found out there are 2 ways of supplementing. And my question is to you guys, do you want to prefer something artificial, synthetic, or nature? I want to give my body only some nature, not artificial, not something synthetic. So that was the first premise. The second one is, do you want a whole food product or just part of it? And my grandmama, I remember when she had an amazing garden, with fresh cherry trees, with strawberries, and to be honest, always when I go to a market and I see this fruit, they don't smell like my mom's or my grandmom's cranberries. They don't look like, it's not the same quality that we have today in our food. And my grandma always said, because I introduced her to Just Plus, and even she had a huge garden, she understood about a whole food product. Because she always said, I don't understand the doctor why he tells me I should take vitamin C or this, so many milligrams. I don't go to a market. I don't go to my garden and I say, today I'm going to harvest 150 grams of strawberries, maybe 80 grams of broccoli because I have a vitamin C or mineral what I need. No, I eat the whole food. That's what we always did. So that's what the reason I choose this product, because it's a whole food product. It's just a whole food product. That's the reason for it.
That's so how does the program work? I mean, if I were to, you've sold me. I'm convinced this is a way to go. Before the program, I spent a few minutes talking about how supplemental pills were probably doing me more harm than good. I was on them for a while, and it seemed like the right thing to do. But I didn't feel any better. In fact, I started to feel a little worse, and I stopped, and now I'm feeling better. I really think a natural solution makes a lot more sense. So you're making a really good case for that. How do I sign up? How does the program work for me?
Before I go signing up, I explain something what happened to you is. The thing is, when we supplement artificial mono products, or maybe it's 5 or 6 or minerals or vitamins together, mostly it's an artificial product, a synthetic product. The body doesn't know what it is. So what the body does, it wants to get rid of this toxic stuff. And to get rid of this toxic stuff, the body powers on his metabolism to get rid of this products, whatever it is, okay? To get rid of it. And when it empowers starting up the engine to get rid of this, this metabolism, you feel more power, you feel better. But after a while, it's going down, okay? So you think you feel better, but it only does is your body really empowers your metabolism to get rid of this artificial stuff, okay? That's what is happening. So. Okay. Just what is Just Plus. Just Plus, the idea of the founder, not of the founder, of the founder of the product is a doctor, Dr. Humberto Santillo from the US. He lives in a desert in the US. That's a crazy guy. Unfortunately, he never came to Europe because he's not going to an airplane. Anyway, and what he found out, he was searching about fruits and vegetables. And maybe you know his name in the US because he started to encourage people around 35 years ago to choose. 40 years ago, you didn't get a fresh juice in a restaurant or in a supermarket, and he encouraged on the American TV, choosing, and then they opened this juice bars. Mm-hmm. But the problem with choosing is that most people only choose what they want to have from the taste and not what they should. And then there's a lot of sugar in it, and what is not good for diabetes people. Have a problem with the sugar, and then it's quite expensive. And I was a juice in the beginning too with my wife, but we stopped it because it was expensive. It was not practical every day. And then nobody didn't want to clean the machine afterwards. And then from the mill in the kitchen, the machine came on the side and then in the basement. So what is Juice Plus? The Juice Plus is juice. That's why the name is juice. It's 10 different fruits, 10 different veggies, 10 different berries, which are grown, absolutely herbicide and pesticide free. They're harvested on the highest point when they're really full, when they smell good, when they taste good, on the highest point, because we need the phytochemicals. This is it's the coloring, it's the flavor, it's the tasting of the plant. Yeah. So that they're harvested on the highest point. They choose it. They make a juice out of it. The juice of it, and then it's a problem how to store a juice. You can heat it, then you destroy the enzymes. Or you can use radiation, what is not healthy too. But the oldest form of storing something is drying it. So smoothly drying it. So taking all the water out. I always say when you take all the water out of my body, I look like a mummy, but I will last forever. Yeah? So taking all the water out, not on a high temperature, not to destroy the enzymes, taking all the whole water out, what leaves up is a powder. And you can store this powder forever. And they also put out the sugar for diabetes, for people who suffer from diabetes. So Juice Plus is nothing else than fruits, vegetables, and berries without water, without sugar. Taking it in a capsule, it's a vegan capsule, by the way. Taking a capsule, you swallow these capsules with a lot of water. It's important to give the water back that the company thrown out. Swallow it. Capsules open in your body. The powder mixes with the water, and you absorb a fresh juice from 30. Can you imagine? Every day, 30 different kinds of fruits and vegetables every day without herbicides, pesticides, and sugar-free. That's it. It's not a miracle pill. It's just fruits, vegetables, and berries. That's it.
That sounds simple, which is a key part of a key goal of the program is to make it simple so that people can approach it easily. And it's not going to take me an hour every day to deal with it.
This is so important. I have some friends, they have, when you go to the bathroom, they have vitamin C, the mineral, this and this and this, so many boxes. They take this, then this. That's too complicated. It's not practical. we need a solution that works for sure, but it also must be practical, that we use it every single day, because otherwise it's worthless. When it's too complicated, people don't do it.
Roland, I'm thinking to myself, I know that I should be eating a lot of vegetables that have different colors. You have a plate of food that it's attractive, right? Because there's berries and there's vegetables. And I know I'm not doing that. So I have to imagine that from the diet that I have this morning, which was macaroni and cheese with tuna. Okay. That's what I had, because I know I need the carbs and I need the protein, but that's not healthy. And I'm thinking, if I do this, I have to be doing the right thing, because I'm not giving my body today what it is that it needs. And I can do this in an easy, quick way. So I don't see any downside.
No, but I want to stress out something. Taking Juice Plus should not be excused at not eating fruits and vegetables. So the more you eat in addition, as a fresh salad, maybe sometimes a juice or smoothie, please do it. Don't stop it. Yeah, Juice Plus is a good base every day, but eat as much as possible. Okay, and that's not happening. Actually, we have a lot of studies on that, and we see it with kids, because kids get it for free under certain circumstances. And we have a huge study on almost 2 million on kids taking Juice Plus on a daily basis, and what we see is that they eat more fruits and vegetables in addition. They consume less, fast food and sweet and soft drinks. So when the reception of the brain, when the brain gets the information of the good food, you want more food. Maybe you have the experience when you work out hard in the gym or you run, whatever you do. You don't want to go to McDonald's. Sorry for that. You want to have something fresh that helps your body. Yeah? It's always the same. When you do something good to your body wants more of the good. If you do something bad, the body wants more of the bad, and you go downsize. It's the same thing. So people starting with Juice Plus, and that's what I really love it, because I don't want that people just taking a quick pill and don't care about nutrition. That's not the right way. I want them to encourage for good nutrition, but Juice Plus is a good start. And taking on a daily basis, and in addition, eat as much as possible. And people started, they said, hey, I have people that said, I drink less alcohol. Some people say, I stopped smoking. Some people say, I work out more. I feel better. Yeah, and that's a good way. That's a good way.
I think just the fact that you've been doing this for all these years is a testimonial in and of itself. I mean, I would love if Juice Plus came with a chef. That would be wonderful, that I could do the Juice Plus and someone could cook meals for me too. Al, what are your thoughts about what Roland's sharing today?
Well, I think when I go down the list of problems that we discussed before we went on the air with Roland today, the way I feel, the energy level that I feel I've lost, the metabolism that doesn't seem to be working the way it's supposed to be. As I go down that list and I hear Roland talk, I think more and more this could be a really good solution for me. And it sounds like the kind of thing I can integrate into my routine. The medical establishment already has me counting out pills every week into one of those little things, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday things. Those things. So it wouldn't be that hard. I can't imagine it would be all that hard to take the Juice Plus regimen and fold it into that. In fact, it could be a great way to supplement it.
And you know what else? Also, I know how much water we're supposed to drink. For some people who are not drinking water, this is a great way to do that, because you need to have water with these capsules.
It is. It makes a lot of sense. So I kind of like it. I mean, I don't know. I guess could we talk about costs? I mean, how expensive?
Yeah, of course. And that's the third pillar I said. It must be affordable. That's very, very important too, because if you have a great idea and nobody can afford it, doesn't make sense. So I always say, Juice Plus is cheap on a daily basis, cheaper than buying a coffee at Starbucks, and everybody can afford a coffee at Starbucks. So it depending what you're taking. It's I started 29 years ago with fruits and vegetables. Then about 15 years ago, the berries came on the market, and then 6 years ago, the omegas came on the market. So I'm taking 4 different products: the fruits, the vegetables, the berries, and I take the omegas. Because omegas are so important for the brain, very, very important for the brain. And I guess it's when you take the fruits and the berries, when you take the fruits and the veggies, that always come together. These two are always together. It's about less than $2 a day. If you take the fruits, the berries, and the fruits, the veggies, and the berries, it's less than $3 a day. and when you take it with the together with the omegas, it's less than $4 a day. So an average is for each bill, more or less, you take 2 of each, it's $1 a day. So in totally, I guess it's less than $4 a day. Which is absolutely affordable. That's a coffee at Starbucks, you know.
That just makes it.
Roland, I pulled up the website if you would like me to share that at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Al, go ahead.
What I want to add is, of course, $4 is not much money, but we have to be, I'm very aware that when you say young family, you know, fresh from university, starting your career, paying back university, having small kids, and you're poor, then $16 is a money. So kids get it for free. For every single adult Juice Plus is taking, a kid or grandkid get it for free.
I want to explore with you too the business opportunity of Juice Plus. In addition to the fact that it's a great solution for somebody like me, if I wanted to become a Juice Plus distributor, would I do that through you? Would you set me up with that? And what kind of a business opportunity does that represent?
It's a kind of franchise system. So when we're signing up as we become a customer, a satisfied customer, signing up as a distributor, and then we can share the product and or the business solution. And what I really love on this business is we sell, or the company is selling this product through a home delivery service. It was the first company on the market offering a home delivery service. So when somebody approaches me and says, Roland, I want to have the product, I sign this person up online. The company ships the product directly to the customer pays directly to the company, and the company pays my commission. So I have no pre-ordering, no shipping, nothing.
No inventory. That's very simple. Okay.
Very simple concept. And the customer can pay, and as long as the customer stays on the product, you get always a follow-up commission. That's when selling the product. And the second thing is, if you want, you can build up a franchise system and finding other franchise partners in the US, in Canada, in Asia, in Europe, in many countries, and they can do the same. And the company pays you because you train them, you educate them a little bit online, you show them how it works, and they pay you a commission on the sales of this person too. But there's no obligation. There's no minimum ordering. There's no minimum sales you have to do a month, because otherwise I wouldn't have time, because I have my main business, my coaching consulting business, which runs for many years. So I did it part-time together with my first wife at the time. And we did part-time. And I you know, there's a career ladder, and I went to the highest position within 2 years. Part-time, not full-time, part-time. Well, actually, I'm always very focused, but you can really do it part-time and make a nice extra income, because it's all about sharing. It's about sharing information. The rest you do online, and the rest makes the company for you.
Right. So of the people watching and listening, you want people who might benefit by using Juice Plus to reach out to you. You'll get to tell everybody a little later on how to get a hold of you. So you want the end customer to call you. But maybe if there's somebody out there thinking they could become a distributor, or maybe use this as a kind of a part-time job, they can reach out to you too, I guess, and get advice on how to do that.
Yeah. Especially when somebody wants to sign up as a distributor, I have a very clear talk in the beginning of the person, what's the expectations, to be really clear that what somebody wants, because I support the people online on their way to their success, but I want to know what they want to achieve. And if somebody says to me, hey, I want to do part-time $500, fine. Right. When somebody does, I want $5,000 part-time, okay, I have to challenge this person much more than the $500, you know? So everybody gets the treatment, the coaching that he or she needs, because everybody has different goals.
That's important. And I think that's great.
Sorry, a question I have for you. One of our other shows, I think you were on Food and Our Emotions. I think it was last week. And then also, I don't know, the Wise Ones, I think. Anyway, you had a fabulous presentation that you shared. Is that something that a distributor would have access to, your skills in helping to create that? Or does the company provide some type of marketing materials?
Yeah. So when you sign up as a distributor, you get an online access. There's several websites, but there's an online access for distributors, and then you can download, like the presentation I showed you. You can download it for free in different languages.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All the material is online, and you just choose the country, the language, and then everything is online.
Well, I told Roland earlier today, and I said when we started the show, I'm in. So I'm ordering and I'm going to be distributing. So I'm
That's
pretty
great.
excited about it. Yeah.
Can we take a look at his website? Maybe Roland can walk us through it a little bit.
Yeah, it's justplus.com.
Yes, I have it right here. So let me share my screen. Okay,
The website is customer focused on the product. So we have the red one are the 10 fruits, the green ones are the 10 veggies, and the blue ones are the 10 berries.
Okay, where should I go on the site?
That's the US one, yeah.
Yes. Should we go to shop, learn, or join?
Learn.
Okay, learn.
Learn.
Yeah.
Clinical
studies.
So on the you have a lot of all the clinical studies are there. You can all read them. It's also explained there how it works, how it is produced. You see, this are all the papers that Just Plus is published. So the company has studies with the product itself, and I didn't see any product in the world who is really published in so many international, highly reputed papers, like the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, the check on the right side. Yeah. So there's a lot of research done. It's not only about testimonials because it helps me. Doesn't mean that it helps somebody else, but there's a lot of research, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies on different topics, on skin, for smokers, on different topics. So on inflammation. So there's a lot of studies there. You can see it. Then you can also see on the Just Plus side the children health study was helping on that. You see the immune function, gum health, skin health, cognitive function, DNA, inflammation, cardiovascular, lung function, metabolic health. So it's a lot of stuff.
Very.
It's amazing.
Yeah, very informative.
So when someone starts out, Roland, do you, and again, we're going by your experience, you've been doing this for a long time. Do you recommend that they start with the fruits, vegetables, and berry blend, or start with one?
Well, what I always ask a customer in the beginning is, how much money can you afford on the long term? I don't want you to order everything, and then after 2 months you said, I cannot afford it anymore. It doesn't make sense. Start with less. So I always ask them, how much can you afford on the long term? $2, $3, or $4 a day. And when I say $2, okay, go for fruits and vegetables. You have $3, take the berries with you, or the omegas. When you say $4, take all four. This is all my first question. It doesn't make sense on the short term. Take it on the long term. So all my first question is, how much money can you afford on a daily basis? And then we decide what we order.
Okay. Fantastic.
Maybe you go to shop and then we see all products. Okay, so go on capsules first. Yeah, so you have the blue, the green, the red, and on the right side, the orange one. This is the omega. I love omegas. It's a vegan omega product. It's not fish oil, it's vegan. And it has omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So it's an omega complex. It's an amazing product. And it's so important for when you do a lot of study about your brain function. You know, a lot of people are suffering from Alzheimer and dementia. It's so important, besides sports and meditation, to take a lot of DHA from your omegas. I love this product, and I take much more than the company recommends because I know about the benefits. That's the omegas. So to get really your mitochondria in your cell, they're really power. So you have the omegas. Sorry. And the point is, with the omegas, you really your brain gets much better. And with the other capsules, you're really, I always say, the veggies are very anti-cancer. The fruits are very helpful as an antioxidant. And the berries, from research we know, are very, very healthy for your cardiovascular system. So all together really protects your body. So these are the capsules. When you go back and shop, you can find chewables, meaning people who cannot, or especially kids who cannot swallow a capsule, they can chew it. It's a healthy chewing, you know. It's healthy chewing. It also have fruits, veggies, and berries, and kids, small or large kids, can chew them. It's not the same power, of course, and it has sugar, of course, because otherwise it's not so tasty. But it's an opportunity for those who don't want to smell the capsule. So that's for the kids. It's a healthy sweetener. Then we have the shakes. I use them as a pre-workout or a post-workout shake. So Juice Plus Perform, it has vanilla and chocolate. We're just going to launch soon salted caramel. We don't have any fruit flavors. The reason for fruit flavors is we don't work with aromas, with artificials, aromas or preservatives. And with a fruit, you don't get the flavor without helping out from other stuff. So we only do vanilla, bourbon vanilla, and chocolate. And you mix this. I do it with water. Some do it with milk. Some do it with almond or oat milk or soya milk, whatever. It's to replace a meal for those who want to do some weight management. As I said, I use it as a pre-workout or post-workout shake.
Look how many grams of protein are in there.
I don't know it by heart, but it has the same benefit. The quality of the protein has the same benefit than a raw egg.
It looks like 25 grams.
25.
Yeah, that's pretty few. That's
a
lot. And then on the way, you have the bars.
I want to go to the dark chocolate and fig.
I love that. And to be honest, because we don't have them in Europe, the dark chocolate fig, I brought them from the US on my last trip because I love them. They're so tasty.
Roland, a question I have, and I know you already addressed this, but it seems to me that if you go on all four and you get the shakes and the bars, excuse me, couldn't that be 1 or 2 meals a day?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you want to replace meals with the shake, you can do it. But I always say when somebody really wants to stay fit, healthy, maybe doing some weight management, replace 1 or 2 meals a day with the shake and go for 1 healthy meal.
That sounds like me. I like that plan, Al and Roland.
Sounds like a good plan. It makes a lot of sense. How much is that? You say it's a box. It looks like each delivery consists of 60 bars. And that's $150 for 60 bars. So it works out to
it's $2.50 for
less
a
than
bar.
$2.50 per bar. That's
no. But I always say, when you order the capsules, it's an additional cost because you supplement. But if you choose with the shakes and the bars, you don't have additional cost because you replace it with another meal. You don't get it for a hot dog or a burger. You just spend a different money. It's not additional spending because you eat something. And all the products are gluten-free, they're vegetarian, they're very low in glycerin, so your insulin is not going up. That's very important. It's a good source of fiber, a good source of protein. The protein comes from green beans, from soya, from rice, from different sources. So it's all vegetarian and all is non-GMO. And the shakes are also very, very good for kids because most kids have a very unhealthy breakfast. They have a chocolate drink, they have some cereals, a lot of sugar. They get a lot of sugar index. The insulin works down, and when they're in school, they almost fall asleep. So this is also a very healthy breakfast replacement for kids. Having a shake instead of this, this chocolate or on the toast and this slime or whatever they're eating.
Okay, Roland, I know we're coming up on the end of the program, but for people out there who might be considering Juice Plus, how quickly after I begin this program do I typically see results? I know there's a lot of variability in that, but
but it's depending on your sex, your men or women, on your age, you have issues already taking medicine, you're working out a lot, you have a lot of stress in job. It depends on different circumstances. I have clients who call me after 2 days and say, Roland, it's amazing. I always have problem to go on the toilet in the morning. I was reading almost half of the whole newspaper. No problem at all. It really flushes down. Some people tell me after 6-9 months who have problem with the skin, psoriasis or any, so in English, it's gone. It's not going after a week or 2. It's not a miracle, but it's getting better and improves after 6-9 months, and then it's gone. It's different. It's different. Everybody reacts differently on it, depending on so many circumstances. What you're eating in addition, do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you have stress in your job? Do you take medication? take time. The reason why the capsules are in a 4 months box is because the blood cells, our blood cells renew every 120 days. That's why it's a 4 months box. But take time. It's not a miracle pill. It's fruits and vegetables. It takes time, but you get results.
I'm really excited about it.
Good. I'll bet you are. I'm anxious to hear how it works for you over time, Dr. Jacalyn. It sounds, with your schedule and your busy lifestyle, it'll be really great to hear how you react to it, how you benefit by it over the next couple of months.
Well, especially since I have inflammation from ulcerative colitis and psoriasis and eczema, I would love to. Yeah, I have a calling that this is what I'm supposed to do.
One last sentence. When somebody goes on the product, before you start, write down what you want to change and observe it, because sometimes when it's going worse on your body, it goes slowly. It's not from today to tomorrow you get a heart attack. It's a process over 20 years. And the same is when it gets better. It takes time, and sometimes you don't even recognize that it's going better because it gets slowly. So write down what should be better: your skin, your gum health, I don't know, your hair, your energy level. Write it down and then observe it and see the difference. Very, very important. Because sometimes we don't realize it. Oh, it's better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. I just think, considering, especially in America, and I'm just generalizing, I'll just use myself, knowing what you're supposed to be eating and knowing what I am eating, they're not
the same thing.
They're not the same thing. And this just, if without anything else, this gives you a basic foundation to be doing healthier things.
No, that's makes a lot of sense. And and by the way, we got great advice too from Roland the coach, not just Roland the Juice Plus purveyor, but Roland the coach, which is write down your goals. Have a goal. Start with a goal and work toward that goal and track your progress toward that goal. I think that's great advice too. Thank you, Roland.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Thank you, Roland. Roland, we really appreciate you here on the platform. I appreciate you personally as a friend, and I'd love to have you really share with people how they can sign up. Is this for everyone to be a distributor, or would you rather people start off trying the products, see how they do with it, and then consider this as a business opportunity?
Yeah, I suggest take the product first. Take the product first. Make your own experience, meaning writing your own story on the product, your own product story. Because the people are always asking, why are you taking it? How you started? Why are you taking? What's the benefit? And you can tell your story, yeah. Or you can tell about what you're expecting when you're brand new in it. And when you want to start a business, yeah, you're more than invited. If you want to change something in your life, have an additional income, yes, go for it. If it's only the product, stay as a customer. Because as I always say, I love fast cars, but I never became a car dealer. So if you love the product, stay with the product, talk to other people. If you love more out of it, making a business out of it, yes, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
That was a great analogy. Thank you, Roland.
Great. Perfect.
We have your information up there, and obviously people can go to your website. You have many websites. We have RolandFriedelyourname.com. Is there anywhere else you'd like people to go? Maybe connect with you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'm also on LinkedIn, Roland Friedel. You can find me on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's the best way. But I'll go on the website. There's a contact form. The email address is office@rolandfriedel.com. So whoever wants to contact me, I'm here.
All right. Thank you. We wish you a beautiful rest of your day and look forward to seeing you back tomorrow when you'll be doing 3 shows here.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye. Take care now.
That was fascinating, wasn't it?
It was interesting. And I could see benefit in it. I know you've already identified it could be something. I think people really need to understand that of all the people that you have in your network and in your world, nobody in the USA Global TV and radio community is more careful about what they eat and drink than you are.
Except I had the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. So there is but even that, you calculate out, you know how much, you know how to do it, you know why you do it. You're very mindful about that. And given all that, you've decided that you're going to move forward with a program like this. So it'll be really, really instructive to hear what you have to say about it as time goes on.
Well, thanks, Al. I just know from the first show that Roland did and he shared his presentation, I found myself really drawn in, and I thought, wow, I feel like this is happening for a reason. So I asked him to come back again. And then today when I was speaking with him, like, we need to have you back again. So I did get the information. I am signing up probably tonight after the shows, but I will let you know about the whole process.
Want to hear about it. That sounds great. Good.
Fantastic. Mr. Cini, how can people reach out to you? How can they get involved with getting a presentation, a workshop for ProFit?
Well, the easiest way to reach me is at my email address. I have a new one, al@pro-fit4, the number 4teams.com. I'm also reachable at our phone number, 212-480-3730. Easy to book a workshop, easy to deliver it. And remember, the whole thing begins and ends in just 1/2 day, 3 hours either in the morning or in the afternoon. It starts with a survey, and everything, by the way, in the workshop unfolds real time in front of everybody. So people get to hear their voice. They get to know that their voice has been listened to by others, by people that matter. They get to work together to develop that role model that represents the best of them. And they see all that unfold on a screen right in front of them during the workshop. It's a very rewarding experience for the facilitator and also based on what we're hearing for the participant as well. So thanks. Reach out. Let's talk.
Al, can you please drop your new email over in the private chat so I can share that with everyone?
I'm going to do that. I will do that right now. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right, Al, great seeing you. And thanks again for the fabulous voiceover.
And you're quite welcome. And thank you, as always, for making me part of the community, Dr. Jacalyn. I appreciate
You're a
it.
huge part of the community and also in my heart. So thank you.
Total pleasure. Bye now.
Bye for now. And thank you. If you have any questions about Juice Plus, please do reach out to Roland. It's Roland Friedel, FRIEDL.com. Our next show is coming up. It's Talking Heads with Caroline Heward. And we are excited after this episode, which is going to be fantastic. Caroline does such a great job. She's the Harley Street stress expert. She's over there on Harley Street in London in the UK. We have a brand new show starting today. It's with my co-host and friend, Doug Lawrence. And the show is going to be on at 1 o'clock Eastern time, which is 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And the name of the show is Your Story, Your Grief, Your Journey. So thank you for staying with us. Right after that, we have a brand new course that I've been working diligently on. I'm super excited about presenting it. You can join us live. It's not too late. It's the art of being a professional interviewer. This is not just for podcasters or broadcasters or television presenters. It's for anybody and everyone who's on Zoom, who's on StreamYard, who's in a business, presenting to clients, presenting to team members. Learn how to up your game. We have testimonials from worldwide broadcasters. Al.cini is one of them. And I've put together a course that's 2 hours. And I think you will walk away with a lot of good, relevant information that you can use. Go over to Eventbrite, to the art of being a professional interviewer, and sign up. Again, that's today at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. It's not too late to join. You can also get the link to watch it at a later date. That's all we have for now. I'll be dropping Al's new email address here in the comments. Thank you for being with us. As I mentioned, we will be right back with Caroline Heward. Bye.